Well guys, the day has arrived. I've been looking forward to this forever. The Reptile Super Show in Pomona, California, along with the LA Pet Fair, which means it's not just reptiles and herps in here, but also a whole building full of fish and another one of birds, and there's plants everywhere, and it's gonna be so much fun, especially because if you guys remember last time I was here, I did a scavenger hunt, which was so much fun. I decided I had to do it again. So today and tomorrow, I'm going to be checking out if I can find all of these elusive creatures and people too, maybe, and some things on this list. And I'll meet up with some friends, I'm sure, cross paths with people I've only met online that I get to meet in person. It's always so much fun. I am so excited, and I get to see incredibly beautiful animals. This is one of the most diverse and I think one of the largest reptile shows there is. So let's get in there and have some fun. Bye, Dave. So I always start with that side, and I think this time I'm gonna start on this side and do like zoom around and then get into the weeds and look real close. So here we go. I've never seen the ones with the broad bands before. What do you got?
Yep. Really cool geckos. Morgan, do you know where they...
First black-headed pythons, fully grown. That was on the list. I bet you I'll see more though. So I'd recently watched a video showing what a breeder called a Baja gopher snake, which I had never seen before and decided to put on my list to find. It sure looked similar to these Cape gophers here though, so I wondered if there were just two common names for the same species. Upon further research though, I found that actually there are two separate species that have similar colorations, but they're often confused, crossbred, or even labeled as both. Looking back at the original video I watched, he says in the audio it's a Baja gopher, but the overlay on the screen says Cape Baja gopher, using the scientific name for the Cape, Pituophis vertebralis. The Baja gopher's scientific name is Pituophis vertebralis bimaris. Visually, the snake in the video looks more like a cape. It has way more red on it and a pointier head than a Baja gopher does. So does that mean I get to cross it off my list since it was a snake that looked like this that I wanted to find? Let me know in the comments what you think, and of course, no slight intended to Pandas Fauna or Stephen Kush here. I have mad respect for both of them and would love for them to weigh in on this and correct me if I'm wrong. Regardless, I learned something and discovered a new species, which is what I love so much about doing this scavenger hunt. Well, we got some taxidermy. I guess that's what this is. Cookie wanted to see some taxidermy and I didn't put it on my scavenger hunt list, but here you go. I've always been enamored with all of the different species in the Candoia family. From their gorgeous markings to their unique shovel-shaped viper-like heads, I just think they're all stunning. But for my scavenger hunt, I was looking specifically for Candoia the brony, or the Solomon Island tree boa. And eventually, I got him. This is one on the list. Solomon Island tree boas. one of the things that makes the genus so special is the amount of variation in color and patterning, even within each individual species. I did feel a little sad seeing some of these covered in stuck shed, and figured that a majority of them were wild-caught imports. It's unclear what 9-month captive means, whether that's 9 months in captivity or 9 months old. My guess is the former. It seems like there aren't many people focused on breeding these in captivity. I could only name a couple personally, and I'm not well versed enough on the subject to know the reasons for that. But it was fun to admire them, and as far as underrated families of snakes in herpetoculture, I think this is definitely on the list. And another one on my list, Legless Lizard. And a European one, no less.
Why? I don't understand.
These guys are so cool. They look like snakes, but they are not snakes. Got such beautiful faces. I found a handful of tiger rat snakes, but I got a really special treat in getting to actually handle one from Predator's Reptile. I was told that this particular snake was a favorite of all of the staff members at their store in Arizona and was handled regularly by them because of his sweet and chill temperament. And they were right. I only wish I had the space for one of these in my family, but they get pretty large and are very active. So unfortunately, I don't feel like I could provide one with the home they deserve right now. They do look similar to the mangrove snake. I had no idea that mangrove snakes were this shiny and iridescent though. I have absolutely no issue with ball pythons as a species, and in fact I think they're wonderful animals. But they are so overproduced that they often comprise half, if not most, of the snakes represented at the majority of reptile shows. It's one of the reasons I didn't really take any B-roll of them at this show, and why one of my Discord members recommended that I add a place where no ball pythons are visible to my scavenger hunt list. Now this particular show is so large and has such variety that I thought it might not be that hard to cross off my list, but I might have been wrong about that. I don't think there are any ball pythons from this point. I'm gonna have to verify because it could be that there's some right there, but I don't think. We'll have to double check. Nope, I was wrong. There's a ball python over there. Well, Cody, this may be harder than I thought. I know I'm supposed to be looking for a particular frog, and my list is in my backpack, so I can't remember which. So I might have to just, I think I'm gonna zoom around and then I'll come back. Weirdo. Oh my God, they are so cute. Mr. Stephen Kush and his incredible animals.
Got a couple scrub pythons.
Oh, they're so beautiful. I interviewed Stephen Kush at the last show, and not only is he a lovely human, he produces some of the most epic captive bred scrub pythons, among other species, I've ever seen. I had the pleasure once again to chat with him and admire some of his animals, and it was a highlight of my weekend. I tried not to walk away with this one. These guys have a reputation for being bad-tempered, but Stephen's scrubs always prove that generalization is simply not warranted. Animals are individuals, and there are always exceptions, but I'm a firm believer that given the right care and respect, snakes of any species can learn to trust and socialize well with humans, especially if they're captive bred. Many in my community know that I have been eyeing white-lipped pythons as my next snake for a while now. This is another species with a bad reputation that I hoped to disprove if I ended up getting one. There are two species of white lips, Northerns, which have a gold coloration on their bodies, and Southerns, who have a black or gray body. And both of them have incredible iridescence. Last time I was at this show, I couldn't find either, and I told myself I wasn't allowed to get one even if I did. But this time, I said maybe I could go for a Northern if it was captive bred. Well, I found one, and I believe the only one at the show. But I thought it might be wild caught. Okay, so it's not wild caught, it is captive born. So that means that its mom was wild. I just held him, and he really was very sweet, a little zippy, probably a little nervous, but no defensive behavior. Can't really see how beautiful he is. So even though that price is amazing and I would love to just grab him and take him home, I'm going to probably wait until I find a breeder that has some eggs, and we'll talk and down the line, and I've prepared thoroughly for that animal. But I can cross it off my list, so that's exciting, and it is from AE Herps and Exotics. Oh yeah, let's look at this. I also found Southerns at Predator's Reptile. Both white-lipped species are incredible, and getting to handle both of them at this show was a dream come true. Neither of them deserve the spicy reputation I've heard so much about. That was very, very awesome to get to hold a Southern white-lip and a Northern white-lip earlier. And look at that little Woma baby face. Oh, I love the little bandit eyes. Oh, I remember when Hobbsy was this small. Actually, he was even smaller when I got him. Oh, hot damn, that is a big rainbow boa right there. Well, there's two of them, but that girl is a big girl. Australian water python, holy crap. Look at that beautiful girl. Stunning. There you go, Cydia.
That's where you get that pink color.
Lots of rosies.
So Ortiz, real dark.
I love these so much. Speckled racers. They are just such beautiful snakes. You have to be careful with them though. They can actually drop their tails, and they do not grow back like lizards' tails do. Well, I was looking for red Bredls.
Are these the only two females you have?
I can't even believe how small these lizards are, you guys. That's crazy. Okay, these are albino sunbeam snakes. Sunbeams are elusive fossorial snakes that evolve some of the most brilliant iridescence in the animal kingdom, but they're normally black, brown, or have white bands around their necks. Seeing albino and even calico sunbeams was definitely a unique experience. Sunbeams are beautiful animals, but though I'm loath to say it, from what I understand, they really and truly are fossorial. So if you want one, you should expect to see them rarely, if ever, unless you pull them out of their enclosures. I've had folks who are new to reptile keeping say they really wanted one, but to be honest, I usually caution against getting them for the fact that they're so secretive and that most found in the pet trade are wild caught. DM Exotics is an importer, but he certainly must have done some work in breeding them to get these traits. Oh, they're cold. They're all crowding around the lamp, and it's probably pretty stressful here. And nope. Nope, nope, nope. Well, I found some friends.
Hey, how's it going?
Can you guys introduce yourself and let us know if you are looking for anything in particular today?
Yeah, so I'm Kay from Chaosreptiles, and I'm looking for like some cool micro geckos or micro lizards today. Maybe like morning geckos or something cooler maybe, I don't know. Something fun.
I'm Val, and I am Kay's partner, and I'm not necessarily looking for anything super specific. I was looking for a cat gecko, but you know, very
Never
niche.
cat
So
gecko.
yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that that existed.
They're
That
pretty
is one of the best parts about being here is every time I'm like, that's amazing. I didn't know that existed. That's so cool. So let's go find some cool stuff.
Let's
Yes.
do it. I agree.
Yeah. So since I didn't know what a cat gecko is or that it existed, can you tell me what it's like?
Cat geckos are really, really super cool, in my opinion, because they are in the same family and genus as leopard geckos and African fat tails. However, they're super, super cool because they're the only species of lizard that I know of that has retractable claws. And they're so cute because they just look like little aliens and they have big black eyes and they're just so pretty and I love them. So
Retractable claws? That's amazing.
I know.
Well, let's see if we can find one.
Yes.
So what got you into reptiles in the first place?
So when I was a kid, I really liked grabbing animals outside and saying hi to them and stuff. But my local nature center taught me how to do it like the proper way and stuff. And they had ambassador animals that were all reptiles. And so I really fell in love with them and I helped them do a program raising froglets and releasing them. So that's what really got me into it.
So you started off in conservation.
Yeah, my parents kind of do a little bit of conservation work and stuff, so I helped them with that, with the frogs and everything, which was really fun.
Awesome. And
Yeah.
now that you have your own,
Yeah.
what do you keep?
A lot of plated lizards, because that's like my thing. I really love plated lizards, so I have 4 Sudan plated lizards, 2 Carson's girdled lizards, a Western girdled lizard, and a yellow-throated plated lizard.
Okay.
All sorts of stuff, all in the same genus, family though. And then I have like a superdwarf retic, I have 2 tiger rat snakes, 2 corn snakes, a hognose. I have some rescue animals too, like a rescue Euromastix, a rescue leopard gecko.
Wow.
All sorts of stuff, but
Very
yeah.
eclectic
All
little
over the
family.
place.
I
Yeah.
love it. That's so cool. And
Yeah.
you live with another person who keeps a lot of.
Yeah, so my roommate has more snakes than lizards. This is him. And then my other roommate, my partner, has a lot of frogs, a few frogs. So he has like toads and stuff.
So in your household, like how many, just throw out a number, like about how many animals?
Around 60.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so between him and them, we have around, and me, of course, we have around 60 reptiles.
Amazing.
And also some spiders.
Oh, so many spiders.
So many spiders.
Yeah, we just got 2 female jumping spiders that had babies, and the person who had them didn't want to deal with them. So
now
now
we
I
have
have
babies.
1,000,000,001 baby jumping spiders.
Okay. Amazing. That's a lot of responsibility. And,
Yeah.
But I bet it's so much fun.
They're
It's
so
very
cute.
fun. They're awesome.
My new little baby.
Yay.
I like him a lot. He's very cute, very sweet. He fell asleep in my hand.
Aww.
He's a German lion, so he's gonna get extra big.
How big?
I think they said almost 3 feet.
Almost 3?
Yeah, like
Plus
2,
the
2.5.
tail, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Let's see if we can find a tiger salamander. I don't see one.
Oh, I'm not seeing one yet.
And just so we know, they are not
It's an axolotl.
axolotls.
Absolutely not. They got some cute little alpine newts inside.
But they're newts. What's the difference between a newt and a salamander?
That might be.
I think salamanders are semi-terrestrial, but
So,
I
well,
don't know.
Okay.
all newts are salamanders, but
All newts are salamanders.
Yeah.
All
Okay.
salamanders are newts.
kind of similar to that, I believe.
So
but
we're
yeah.
looking for a tiger salamander.
No
Nope.
tigers. All
No
right.
tigers. All right. Well.
Lots of cool newts.
Salamanders is the reason why axolotls are illegal.
Oh.
Whoa. Why is that? Tiger salamanders are an invasive
And when
species.
they banned tiger salamanders, they banned everything in the genus Avistoma, and axolotls are in the genus Avistoma.
Bummer.
That's
Okay.
And it's been like 30 years.
Okay. All right. And
We're on a
so
scavenger
someone
hunt.
told me that they wanted me to see if I could find a tiger salamander for sale at the expo, but you don't think they even sell them?
No way.
Well, that was a trick.
I tricked you.
They tricked me.
It's not worth getting in legal trouble.
For sure.
All right. Well, good to know.
info.
Thank you.
So we're looking for the beautiful Mantella dart frogs. There's like the tank, the Oratus, all these different stuff. So we're looking for the Manatella ones.
So yeah, they're a type of dart frog, right?
Yeah.
The beautiful Manatella. Okay.
Exactly. So the beautiful part, there's like golden Mantella, beautiful Mantella, green and bronze Mantella. So we're
Okay.
looking for the beautiful ones.
Okay. We're gonna see if we found some here.
Yeah.
They're so beautiful.
They really are so bright colors.
I know. Do you have beautiful Mantellas?
Sorry?
Beautiful Manatellas?
No, no beautiful.
No beautiful.
Bronze.
Bronze. Okay,
All
no
right.
beautiful. They're all beautiful to me.
They are all beautiful.
They are,
They're
yeah.
all beautiful.
Okay.
That's pretty cool. So we're getting close.
We're getting close.
Glass frogs are
Oh
awesome.
my god, I love them so much.
They can hide blood in their liver to be completely clear.
I've seen that whole transformation.
It's
they do.
very
It's
awesome.
fantastic.
Pixie frogs get like the size of like dinner plates.
And that's hilarious, and they're called pixie frogs.
I
That guy,
know.
Look at that guy.
Big Pac-Man frog.
Not only do they get the size of dinner plates, but they scream about it too.
Oh yeah.
That's why I could never have frogs. I
Yeah,
think
my partner has the one fire-bellied toad.
Okay.
So we need more. And we got more here. So they're really, really great, healthy, cool ones. Chunky boys and girls. So thinking about it.
What about pink tongue
Cool.
skink?
There's one I saw. No, haven't seen any.
No?
Hasn't been a lot of skinks here at the show in general.
They got such cute little dots.
Yeah, look at their little masks.
Yeah, they got little eyeball masks.
It's kind of like Woma Python little bands.
true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I win that square.
The little babies.
Hi. Woohoo!
Yay, that's so exciting.
Found another Savanna Monitor. Okay, another Savanna Monitor. So you were looking at these to buy?
I was, yeah. So the elegants right over here are really, really cool.
Okay.
I really like them. I like all of them, so I'm a little biased. But the elegants are really cool, and so are the Rosary, I guess is how you would pronounce that. But they're just so beautiful. I love all their spots. The elegants have like stripes, which I think is cool, but the spots are also sick. I just love the orange colors. Micro geckos. They don't get big at all.
So do
They're super tiny.
They stay around this size?
Around that size, maybe like this big, like not much bigger. Super tiny guys.
Kay found the African black house snake.
There we go.
We back BLM land.
There he is.
Yay. Yes, it must be a different species because I was over at Bushveld just a minute ago and they look very different and
Yeah.
these get bigger, I think.
Oh, interesting. Yeah,
so.
I believe it. That's awesome.
Oh,
There we
yeah,
go.
nice, good
I
eyes
was
there.
and I was like, there it is.
Eagle eyes.
There we go.
So, we did not find the cat gecko.
Not this time.
Nope, and we did not get micro geckos
Not
after
this
all.
time,
But
I did get a really cool enclosure from Herp Time for some micro geckos. So I'm gonna go home and set it up, and then I'll get some micro geckos later. But it's front opening. It's got a really cool like steel lid. Super hyped.
But I think it's really cool that you got the enclosure and you're gonna set it up and wait, and it'll be all like established and ready to go. And
Yeah.
I think that's a really good thing. I mean,
Yeah.
buying, just on impulse. Sometimes it's fine, but other
Yeah.
times it can be like stressful on the animals and
For
stressful.
sure.
For me, it's stressful on me.
Yeah, I totally
Like,
agree.
I worry
Mm-hmm.
about bringing an animal home and not being prepared.
Yeah.
I really commend people when they do that.
Yeah, for sure. And then I can get cool bioactives.
That's
Yeah.
like, especially if it's a species that you haven't kept before. Or
Mm-hmm.
like
Definitely.
You don't know anything about.
Definitely.
Like, it's like you have to learn a whole care guide, and then you buy it, and then you have to do all that in like 24 hours. It can
Right.
be a lot.
Even though I'm considering buying an animal, like I've already done research on that animal. I have all the things at home that are ready for it, so I would feel less weird about like
Of
just
course.
buying it.
Yeah, because you're like prepared.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see pictures when you actually get it all set up.
Of course, yeah.
And
Cool.
we found the black African house snake.
We
You
did.
did.
Yeah, I
Which
did.
definitely looks like it's a different species than the other
For
house
sure.
snakes.
Yeah.
Garrett's always so swamped.
Uh-huh.
But I'm gonna try tomorrow to see if I can corner him and have him
Tell you the difference.
info dump on me about
There we
house
go.
snakes and the
Yeah,
difference.
that's awesome.
All
Good
of us
goal.
are pretty exhausted
Little
now.
tired.
I think
It's hot.
maybe we might call it for the day.
Yeah.
But this is really fun.
Super fun. Always fun.
Always
Love
fun.
it.
Unfortunately, I never caught up with Garrett for an info dumping session, but doing some digging after the show proved that there are indeed many different species of house snakes, all quite beautiful and unique. Okay, folks, day 2 of the Reptile Super Show in Pomona, California. I am very excited, and I'm very excited to be inside because it was hot as heck out there, but it's nice and cool in here, so I am ready for day 2. I was hoping to cover more yesterday, but looks like we've got quite a bit still left on this list to cross off. However, I also wanted to note that I actually removed an item and replaced it. So after finding out yesterday that tiger salamanders are actually an invasive species, I removed them from my scavenger hunt list. They were a request from a Discord member. Sorry about that, but I don't think it's appropriate to have it on my list. So I replaced that item with care guides. I've talked about this before. I believe that if you're selling animals, especially at a show, you should have care guides on how to take care of those animals with you at the booth to give to anyone you sell to. Most of the time, that does not happen. So I'm hoping that I find some folks that do have them, then that'll make me really happy, and I'll get to cross off something on my list. And then also, I might just have a quarantine set up at home, an enclosure that doesn't have anybody living in it right now that might by the end of the day. So you'll just have to see if that ends up happening today, if I end up taking a new friend home. And yeah, let's get to it. Well, guys, I didn't see this yesterday, but this is a care guide. Yay! It's a care guide for the eastern indigo snake. Robert Bruce isn't here yet. I'm used to seeing him at shows in his beautiful indigo snakes, but I didn't know that he actually did have care guides at his booth. I love this. That's so awesome. I get to cross that off my list. I always have to stop by the Apex Reptile booth and say hi if they're not swamped, which they usually are, because of course they're my favorite enclosure company run by wonderful people. And it just so happened that going to their booth allowed me to cross off another square on my list, meeting a reptile community friend I've not met in real life. I got 2, Jamie Ian Swiss of Impeccable Indigos and Willie Morris of Willie's Reptiles. Both of them are part of Apex's developing community of affiliate ambassadors, like myself. We may have different opinions on some things in herpetoculture, but that doesn't mean we can't have lovely conversations about our love for the animals and enclosures that bring us together. Guys, I still am having trouble finding a bunch of things on my list. Right now, I figured I should just focus on one thing to try and find it. So I'm looking for a pink-tongued skink, and I've been told that several people saw them in this area. I just haven't yet, so I'm gonna really hone in on that now. We'll see if we can find it. Yeah, honing in on one thing at a show like this is hard enough if you've got a typical brain, but add ADHD to the mix and it's pretty much impossible. I definitely did not stay on that task for more than a few minutes before I was distracted by a million other things. I tried. I've never seen that on a king snake either.
These are all the same clutch.
What? No way. Same clutch?
Yeah.
That's insane. Look at the variety.
Oh, these
Okay, but still, look how beautiful.
When it hatched out, and I took a video of it, people were like, oh, black-headed python.
Yeah, I wasn't sure what I was looking at, to be honest. Okay, you guys, I think I just found a spot where there are no ball pythons visible. Definitely not to my naked eye from just looking around, and I even walked a little bit in each direction. I think this is the only spot where there are no ball pythons in view. Hopefully I'm not proven wrong in like 5 seconds when I keep walking, because that's happened like 5 times. But I think I got it. I think I can cross that off. So I'm taking a bit of a breather, a break from the madness of the crowd in there for a moment and looking over my list of what I have left, and man, I made it really difficult for myself this time because I'm failing here. I still haven't found pygmy python, rufous beak snake, Bolin's python, Sonoran desert boa, although maybe I found one. 100 flowers rat snake, eastern sanzinia, beautiful mantella, African file snake, rough scale pythons, definitely didn't see any of those. And I still can't find that pink tongue skink that several people have told me that they saw. Try not to get disappointed. I have no reason to be disappointed. I have every reason to be excited because I actually bought my new friend, who I'll show you in a bit. So that's every reason to be excited and happy about this show. And I got to hang out with friends, and I'll do another pass or 2, and I'll be totally stoked, even though I kind of failed at the scavenger hunt. Can't win everything, but it was still a really good time. The closest thing I found to a pygmy python was this granite spotted python. They are in the same genus, but definitely not the same species, so I don't get to cross that one off my list. All right, guys, I have looked, I swear to God, at every single table in this entire place over the course of the last day and a half. And I just don't think they're here. I think that the things on my list that I have are just not here. So, I am going to put the camera away and enjoy a little bit of just wandering and getting some stuff that I need for my new friend, and then go grab him and go home and rest. And I'll still feel really good and feel like I had a great show, even though I didn't find a lot of things on my list. But it was really fun. So now I'm just gonna enjoy it for a little while. Hi, baby. Hi.
Someone buy a snake, and there was a mom, and
Look at his face.
they bought this. They're dead.
Hi. Do you have like a little bandit mask? Yeah, and a little dark nose.
Like, I know
Are you just the cutest?
We want his.
Oh my God.
Snake, so just put it on hold and put it back here.
And I have a whole setup ready to go for
He's
you.
like, yeah, he's like, it took me an hour and a half to go.
Look at his orange belly too. You see that? And he's got a really nice, I think he has like the nicest dark contrast colorations of all of them. After an additional bit of wandering, I felt pretty fried. As fun and exciting as expos are, they can be very overstimulating for me, and I think anyone, whether they're neurodivergent or not. So as much as I would have loved to stay longer, it was time to head home and to follow some decontamination and quarantine protocols upon getting there. This is something I think should be spoken about more often, and I wanted to address it here, but since this video is already pretty long, make sure you watch the follow-up to this, where I'll talk about what I do after shows, whether I bring home a new friend or not, to keep my animals at home safe, and how I personally go about quarantining new snakes. Look how curious he is!
So gorgeous. Stunning.
Oh my god.
Do you love him?
I love him. Plus, you'll get to see and hear more about this amazing little guy and how he's been settling into his new life with me. His name is Atreyu. Please don't forget to hit that like button, check out the Discord, and become a member on Patreon if you can, and we'll see you next time for more snake therapy.